welcome to Internships 101. This information is being provided by the Student Money Management Center here at UNT as well as the Career Center. So today we're going to go over a variety of topics. We're going to look at what is an internship, the benefits, how to utilize HANDSHAKE, paid versus unpaid internships, the cost of internships, leveraging, selling your experience, as well as having the money talk. So what is an internship? By definition, through the NACE organization, it's experiences through which students can apply their academic knowledge in work settings. An internship will not be sales calls, cold calling, anything like that. You won't be just going to get coffee. You should be doing actual real tasks that are applicable to the experience that you would like to gain for your field. Looking at previously reported internships and what percentage of those led to full-time employment, numbers from the 2017-2018 academic year, we had over 670 reported, and about a third of those internships that were reported led to full-time employment. That could have looked like students being converted into full-time hires, so the company that they were at decided to hire them on full-time afterwards, or that internship experience helped them get their full-time position post-graduation. So how can you start looking for an internship? So first, you need to start looking at identifying your goals. What do you need this internship for? What would you like it for? Are you trying to gain more skills? Is it to get experience for your career? Are you looking to try out an organization type, such as maybe nonprofit? Are you looking in the private sector? As well as location. Maybe you're interested in moving to California, Washington, staying in Texas, and just trying to figure out which location is going to be best for you and where you would like to live post-graduation. Then, once you've looked at that, see if you have any class requirements. Some majors do require you to complete an internship in order to graduate. So, if you're one of those students or you're deciding to enroll into course credit for your experience, look at whatever orientations you might need, getting a faculty advisor, writing learning outcomes, all of those things to check off the boxes by meeting with your academic advisor. Also, make an appointment with the Career Center here. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you get the internship, get the job, get this experience. We want to see you succeed. So we offer a variety of experiences, such as a resume review. Come in and we can help you revamp your resume and make sure it's showing everything you need to. Host a mock interview. If you're nervous for an interview, come in and we can ask you some test questions that you might be asked, as well as the suit up closet. We have a suit up closet where you can come and get clothing that is in Hurley. So utilizing HANDSHAKE. This will be important because this is how you can start finding internships. They're all over. Internships will be on LinkedIn, Glassdoor, a variety of job posting websites. But you can see the partners, the employer partners that we have here on UNT's campus on HANDSHAKE. So you should create a profile, create your resume, search and apply for internships. HANDSHAKE looks just like LinkedIn, so it should be very easy for you to navigate. You can just put your resume on there, post it, start searching and applying for internships that are specifically looked at for UNT students. Here are a few examples of internships on HANDSHAKE. These were posted on there in the fall semester of 2019, so they might not be on there now, but they definitely look like they're postings that these employers are looking for constantly. So these are different in terms of, so Southwest is showing that very exact things. They are stating that their internships are paid. They include free space, available flight privileges. They tell you your exact dates and the deadline to apply. So this one is very concrete. It's letting you know what they're looking for. Whereas looking at Beacon Hill, they're looking exactly for a human resource intern. They will be looking at different HR areas such as recruitment, benefits, staff development, and volunteer training. It also states that it's unpaid and at a nonprofit. So you can start getting the idea that all of these different employers, you can see what they're looking for, and you can gauge it to filter your exact requirements as well. Finally, there's one at AT&T, and they're looking specifically for a student who is getting their bachelor's in marketing, PR, advertising, and that it's unpaid. They also go on to say that they're looking for someone who is available for 15 hours a week and working in downtown Dallas. All of these internships that are posted on here do not have to have any of these requirements. They are simply stating what they need. So looking at these, it's important to see, do you have 15 hours to commit? Can you drive to Dallas? Can you afford an unpaid internship? Looking at all those is very important, but you can sort of get the idea of what is available. So what are some benefits of internships? Internships give you a higher chance of finding a job because you're getting that professional experience in early. You're gaining the skills that employers are looking for. You're gaining real-world experience and easing your transition into the workforce. If you're doing a full-time summer internship, you're more than likely going to be working Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You will understand how to start getting into that schedule of working 40 hours a week, getting up, working all day. You can also figure out what you want to do. Maybe you get into the HR position and decide that's not what you want to do, and you can start changing your major. Or you decide from that HR position, looking at all those areas, you do not like payroll, but maybe you like training and development. Internships offer so many benefits that completely outweigh any cons that might be there. So I definitely recommend getting an internship. But don't just take it from me. What are employers and faculty saying? Some employers are saying that their internships gear their students toward converting them into post-grad hires. They know that they're putting the skills in to create great full-time employees. So they want to retain them. They want to make sure that the money and time that they poured into teaching their interns, they get back by employing them full-time. HR recruiters are saying that an internship is basically almost an expectation along with a college degree because they want to see that you have real-world experience, not just the education to succeed. Finance professor has said that firms like it because they can test out talent before they hire. Like I said, in this way they get to give you the skills and know what they will be getting from a full-time hire before they do it. We have over 650 employers on HANDSHAKE, Toyota, Goldman Sachs, Expedia. With over 650 employers, there will definitely be one that will excite you and work for you, such as the Dallas Cowboys are on there as well. Start looking at things that you're interested in will help you narrow down what you want to do and the experiences that you want to gain. But now let's talk about paid versus unpaid. When you're trying to make this decision, what you should look for: the time commitment, the location, and the degree requirements. So if we can think back to the AT&T position, that one was in downtown Dallas and it was requiring 15 hours a week. So looking at that, if you're a full-time student getting your bachelor's in those marketing PR degrees, do you have the time to drive down to Dallas, downtown Dallas, and give them 15 hours a week? Are you also able to make that work with your schedule if you have another job? Is this all going to work for you? Can you afford that? When continuing to look for paid versus unpaid, there's some questions you should ask yourself. What do you want to get out of it, and is there a possible future with this company? So at AT&T, do they hire their interns into full-time workers? Because that is a great opportunity if so. And what do you want to get out of it? If it might require a little bit of extra effort on your end, is it okay that maybe they don't pay as much, but you're gaining a lot of valuable skills that will be extremely useful to you when you graduate and are seeking full-time employment? When looking at paid versus unpaid, internships also cost money. Not in terms that you will be paying the employer, but those do exist, and we recommend that you do not take those. Internships cost in terms of commuting and transportation costs. Do you have to pay for parking there? That can incur. What kind of cost will gas be if you're driving to downtown Dallas 3 days a week, as well as travel time? Because your time is money, and if you're spending an hour in traffic there and back, what could you be doing in that hour if there was a Denton internship that was better suited for your needs? Well, you also need to purchase additional clothing. Some work attire will be business casual. If you don't own any business casual clothes, then you would need to go buy some. Is that something that you have in your budget? Because there's other companies that might be more casual, so taking that into consideration. As well as networking expenses. Some employers ask that the interns participate in networking events such as happy hours, and thinking about if that's in your budget to participate in those as well. Looking at calculating transportation costs for Gas Buddy, going back to that AT&T one that's in downtown Dallas, it's about $5.26 round trip a day, and it's 45 to 60 minutes one way. So you're spending about $5.25 to drive there 1 day a week. So how can you split your time up so that you're making the most out of it? Can you do a few 8-hour days in order to get your 15 hours in? And what does that look like so that you're making the most bang for your buck and not spending too much on gas, as well as not spending too much time in traffic, because you are a student and will have homework and classes to attend to, as well as just your personal social life. Looking at an employment breakdown, this is important to consider when you're deciding whether or not you should seek an internship. When looking at the job offers of recent graduates, 56.8% of those who had an internship received at least one job offer, while 43% who did not have an internship received an offer. So your likelihood to get a job offer after having at least one internship is higher than if you do not have an internship in your undergraduate career. Now, looking at paid versus unpaid employment offers, students who had a paid internship received at least one job offer 60.3% of the time, compared to those students who had an unpaid internship received a job offer 40% of the time. So you can see that having a paid internship does in turn typically lead to receiving a full-time employment offer. But that cannot always be the case. Sometimes just getting the experience is helpful. But paid internships are usually from bigger corporations who might be able to offer you full-time employment afterwards. Finally, looking at the intern to full-time hire rate. So this is when students are interning, whether it be for a summer or a semester, and then the company decides to hire them on full-time post-graduation. And you can see that students who were hired post-internship happened about 56.1% of the time compared to those who were not hired. So you have over a 50% chance to get hired from your internship. What are some outcomes of having an internship? 73% of employers believe that if you participate in some sort of experiential learning activity, that would improve the quality of their preparation for careers, because in these internships you're gaining those soft skills that employers are looking for of teamwork, leadership, communication skills. So you're going to be more valuable and more of an asset when you're applying to full-time jobs. 60% of those surveyed indicated that they would be more likely to consider a full-time candidate for employment if he or she had completed an internship. This goes back to the statistics that I was just talking about on the previous slide, looking at those who received a full-time offer compared to those who had not had an internship. It's very important to get this real-life experience in order to be seen as a competent employee in the future. Now, also, this goes from the 60% statistic. Leveraging your internship. You can learn how to talk money, create a network, and sell it in the future. So selling your experience. Looking at the AT&T marketing internship that we had talked about in the previous slides, you can see different skills that you're likely to gain and can put on your resume. So you developed graphics for an ad campaign. You represented AT&T at events and vendor fairs, working with the creative team, creating and delivering. All of these action verbs of things that you can do and can gain by having an internship, selling your experience to get that full-time job employment. Having the money talk. So this is an important thing that you can do during your internship. You'll probably have a supervisor, and your supervisor may serve as a mentor where you can ask questions about salaries in your industry, see what the entry-level salary is, what it will look like for you. And just looking in the area, what does this location offer for entry-level salaries? Can ask your supervisor, what are the opportunities for advancement? You can see if you go into this company or go into this field with this entry-level job, what are your levels of growth and what will that look like in the future? And then you can start looking at, what do you look for in benefits? What benefits does this organization provide? It's never too early to start thinking about retirement or insurance. These are all very important things that come with full compensation that are outside of your salary. Maybe you're very interested in having vacation days. So what does this organization specifically provide for vacation days? You can start getting this full-time sense of what it looks like for a full compensation. A few things to keep in mind. What are your educational needs? Is there a class that you're required to take to graduate? Would you like to take it for your course to graduate? Maybe it's not necessarily required, but you would like to get credit for it. What are your professional goals? What skills do you need to gain through this internship or through a internship? And what are the learning opportunities that an internship will provide, specifically the ones you're looking at, as well as any associated costs such as networking expenses, gas, transportation, and attire. If you have any questions further about internships or anything else career related, you can visit the Career Center here in Chestnut Hall. We will be located in Sage Hall after spring break 2020, so do not forget that. As well as a Student Money Management Center is there to help provide you with any budgetary needs. They're open to talk to you about money and how you can budget and figure out what kind of salary would work for you, looking at different locations and anything money related. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.